Alright, here we go. Reading passage 3, questions 35 to 37. Complete the sentences below. Choose one word only from the passage for each answer. So you only need to use one word, okay? You're allowed to use one word only, not 2 or 3 or 4, whatever. Only one, just one. One word. Write your answers in boxes 35 to 37 on your answer sheet. So this is what you have to fill in your answer sheet. We're going to discuss about this. Now 35. TOEIC, you can go first. Yeah, numerous training sessions are aimed at people who feel they are not productive enough. So what does that mean? Explain this to me. In your own words. If you can't explain that well now, that means you don't actually understand. Because if you don't understand a statement, how can you find the answer? The only way you can find the answer is just search for some words which sound similar or looks the same, and then you will fill in the answer there. And luckily, you got it correct. Otherwise, it will be wrong. So that's not the way. Someone else, please explain that to me.
This means it has many training days or activity to target at the people who feel they are not productive or effective in their work. Enough?
Yeah, kind of, yes. So numerous, that means a lot or many, right? Training sections, like you can say, like workshop or maybe classes, for example, like this, okay? So numerous training sections, like many classes, so you can understand better. So many classes or many courses are aimed at people. That means that they are there, those courses or those sections or those classes are there for people who feel that they are not productive enough. That means that they come to work, but they don't think that, oh, I am working productively. Okay, I need some classes to teach me how to do things and how can I be more productive for my work or for my life or something like that. You understand? So that is the meaning of the statement. So you need to understand that one before searching for the answers. Otherwise, there's no way you can do that. All right, now where is that? TOEIC. Paragraph A. You mean B? Which section? Which section? Section A, B, C, D, E. Which section? Yes. My God. Okay, section A. Where is that? Yeah. Yes, I agree. That is the right place, the right spot. Okay, so you can find the answer here in paragraph 2, section A. We are told that we ought to organize our company, our home life, our week, our day, and even our sleep all as a means to becoming more productive. So the answer is productive right there, right? Every week, countless seminars and workshops take place around the world to tell a paying public that they ought to structure their lives in order to achieve this. Alright, so the answer is productive, we know, right? Now tell me some similar words and phrases. Yes, numerous training sections. Okay, numerous training sections is similar to countless seminars and workshops. Okay, what else? Yeah, aim at people who feel they are not productive enough. Yeah, what is that? Where? It's not good enough. It's okay when you say to tell a paying public. That means that aim at people. Okay? Paying public, we are talking about people here, right? But there's nowhere here they say that these paying public, they feel that they are not productive enough. So which one say that this group of people is not productive enough? Where? Yeah, kind of, yes, we have to combine with the sentence before that, right? So we are told that we are to organize our company, our home life, our week, our day, and even our sleep. So that means people, okay? People. And all as a means to becoming more productive, okay? We have to do all of that as a means to becoming more productive. So here they say to tell a paying public that they ought to structure their lives in order to achieve this. To achieve what? Yeah, to achieve the thing they call becoming more productive. So that means that it's kind of similar as are aimed at people who feel they are not productive enough. Okay? Yes. So that's why that is the answer. So you can underline that. You can underline productive there. And you can write number. I will use another color. Yes. And then you can, which number is that? 35, yeah. 35. Okay. 35, productive. Done. Now let's move on to the next one. 36. Ngọc Anh.
Being organized appeals to people who regard themselves as professionals.
Yeah, being organized appeals to people who regard themselves as perfectionists. What does that mean?
Being organized attracted people who want to make everything perfect.
Being organized, that means like the order in this case, right? getting things in order, in the right order, appeal to people, that means attract people who regard themselves, who consider themselves as perfectionists, I mean the perfect people, okay? Or the people who just follow some kind of perfect things. They want everything to be perfect. All right? Where is that?
In section A,
Mm-hmm.
paragraph 3, line 1.
Okay?
This
Rhetoric.
has also crept into the thinking of business leaders and entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs.
Much to the lack of a self-proclaimed perfectionist with the need to get everything right. The number of business school and graduates has immensely increased over the past 50 years, essentially teaching people how to organize money.
Okay, so paragraph 3 of section A. This rhetoric has also grabbed into the thinking of business leaders and entrepreneurs, much to the delight of self-proclaimed perfectionists with the need to get everything right. The number of business schools and graduates has massively increased over the past 50 years, essentially teaching people how to organize well. Okay, you have just read the whole thing, right? The whole paragraph here. Now tell me, which one? Because I can see the word perfectionist there, yes. Perfectionist, yes, I can see that. So? Tell me some similar words and phrases here. Come again?
I think people who regard themselves with self-proclaimed.
Yes, people who regard themselves as perfectionists is the same as self-proclaimed perfectionists. Yes. How about being organized appeal to those people? Being organized attract those people.
In line 1, crept into the thinking of business leader and entrepreneur, much to the delight.
Being organized is the same as what?
Crept into the thinking of.
No. Being organized doesn't mean grabbed into the thinking of business leaders. No. Grab into is not. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a verb, right? Grabbed into. It doesn't mean being organized. Where can you find being organized?
In last line,
Mhm.
essentially teaching people how to organize well.
Essentially teaching people how to organize well. No. That is for another thing already, because here they just say the number of business schools and graduates has massively increased over the past 50 years, and the purpose is what? Teaching people how to organize well. But it does mention that being organized appeal to those to the professionals. No. Can someone tell me being organized, where can you find it?
I think being organized is similar to this rhetoric.
This rhetoric. Yeah, this rhetoric, yes, you kind of correct. But the word this rhetoric doesn't mean being organized. Okay? But it makes sense. Why is that? Because you have to read, you have to combine the third paragraph with the second one. Because before that, you read the whole paragraph, the second paragraph, you see? Every week, countless seminars and workshops take place around the world to tell a paying public that they are to structure their lives in order to achieve this. So that means being organized. Okay? And that is kind of the idea. And here they say this rhetoric, that means that kind of idea or that kind of thinking has also grabbed into the thinking. So that's why because of the previous paragraph, so we have this rhetoric. The meaning is being organized. But being organized, but the word rhetoric itself doesn't mean being organized. You understand? That's just kind of the way of thinking or the speech or the way of thinking, that kind of idea. But what kind of idea, we don't know. We have to read the paragraph before that. Got it? So that's why it's very hard. You understand? Yeah. Để hiểu thật sự là rất khó, bởi bản thân cái chữ rhetoric nó là cái gì bạn, nghĩa là gì? Rhetoric, what does that mean? Dạ, sự hùng biện hay giống như cái tư duy hay cái suy nghĩ đó, được không? Bởi vì tư duy suy nghĩ đó là cái gì? Nếu mình không đọc cái trước thì sao mình biết tư duy suy nghĩ đó là gì? You understand? Nha, cho mình phải đọc luôn khúc trước thì nó mới liên can đến gọi là being organized. Got it? Đó thì khúc đó, so we read that, we know, okay, being organized, that means that this rhetoric, that kind of thinking or that kind of speech or being organized there, and then has also grabbed into the thinking of business leaders and entrepreneurs, much to the delight of, yes, that means appeals to, yeah, okay, appeal to people who regard themselves as professionals. That means that much to the delight of self-proclaimed, that means who consider themselves, okay, professionals. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, got it? So the answer here is professionals, yes. So you can underline that. And you can write number 36 next to that one. All right, now 37. Khiên Nga, yeah, many people feel dissatisfied with aspects of their work. Could you please explain that? Well, it's too easy, right? Yeah, just explain a little bit.
There are many people feel uncomfortable in many sides of their work.
Yeah, many people, a lot of people feel unhappy. Okay, dissatisfied, I mean that they are not happy with what? With aspects of their work. I mean with some size, some particular areas of their work. Okay, where is that? Section B. Okay. Line number 2.
A large proportion of workers from all geographies claim to be dissatisfied with the way their work is structured and the way they are managed.
Yeah. A large proportion of workers from all demographics claim to be dissatisfied with the way their work is structured and the way they are managed. So I can see the word dissatisfied here. Okay. Yeah, of course, when you look for the word now, it's very easy because we already have the answer, right? We have the answer right here. So when you look back, it's very easy for us to search for this. But okay, now explain to me why.
Many people is similar with a large proportion of workers.
Yeah, many people in this case, because here we are talking about work, right? Many people means a large proportion of workers. Yes. Go on.
Aspect means the way the work is structured and managed.
No, not enough. Aspects of their work means that, okay? Aspect, not only aspect, but aspects of their work means the way the work is structured and the way they are managed. So those are the aspects of their work. Alright guys? And the rest, feel dissatisfied is just the same as claim to be dissatisfied. So this question is really easy. Okay? Now you can underline that, dissatisfied, and write number 37 there. Guys, you must try to learn and make sure you understand everything or most of the things. Okay? That will be very effective and that will help you to improve in the next test. Otherwise, if you just jump in and then you do all the tests all at once, even if you do like 10 or 20 tests, and if you don't really understand, so it doesn't improve anything at all, and your point will stay the same. Got it? Now next one, 38, right?
What businesses and people aim at order without really considering its value?
Yeah, true, false, not given. Both businesses and people aim at order without really considering its value. True. Okay, first of all, please explain this to me. What does that mean?
Both businesses and people want everything organized, but they don't actually consider it's useful.
Okay, yeah. I can understand that. Okay. So when we say both businesses and people, so we're talking about what? Both organizations, okay, organizations and also like people, like, okay, who do business, things like that. Aim at order. I mean, they focus on organization or focus on order. Yeah, order. That is the main idea of the whole article. Without really considering its value. That means that they just focus on organization, they just focus on order without thinking about the usefulness of ordering. Okay? And that is true. Where is that? So they just do it without considering the value of what they're doing. Okay? Where?
The line number 3 from the bottom.
Yeah?
The result is that businesses and people spend time and money organizing themselves for the sake of organizing rather than actually looking at the end goal and usefulness or short-term effort.
The result is that businesses and people spend time and money organizing themselves for the sake of organizing rather than actually looking at the end goal and usefulness of such an effort. Yes, this is the right spot. Now explain to me.
First, M at order is similar to for the sake of organizing.
Aim at order is the same as what? For the sake of organizing. Yeah, kind of, but not enough. First of all, we have something very easy here. Both businesses and people is the same as what? Both businesses and people is the same as?
Businesses and people.
Yeah, businesses and people. The result is that businesses and people is right there. Okay, we check for the easy thing first, right? So we can see businesses and people, and here we have both businesses and people. Yes, okay, we know that we are at the right spot, right? What else?
Aim at order.
Aim at order without really considering its value. Aim at order is the same as?
For the sake of.
Not enough. Spend time and money organizing themselves for the sake of organizing. Okay? When they spend time and money, that means they aim at that. They focus on that. That's why they spend time and money. Right? If you spend time and money on something, that means you focus on that. You aim at that. Correct? Organizing themselves for the sake of organizing. What does that mean, guys? Do you understand? Do you actually understand this? Organizing themselves for the sake of organizing. What does that mean? Who can understand that? Businesses and people spend time and money organizing themselves for the sake of organizing. What does that mean? Okay, you don't know. Well, organizing themselves for the sake of organizing, that means they try to organize just because they like to organize. They don't organize because of any other reasons. They just organize because they like it, because they want to do it. That's it. Just like, well, for example, like you clean the table and people ask you, why are you cleaning the table? And they say, I clean the table just because I want to clean the table. It's not because of any other reason, not because I want it to be clean or I want all of the other people, when they sit there, they feel comfortable or whatever. No, they don't care. They just clean that for the sake of cleaning. That means they just clean that because they like to clean. That's it. So many people, they just jump in, they try to organize, they try to organize all of the things for the sake of organizing. That means they just try to organize. I just want to organize. I love it. That's it. I don't care about the result. You understand? So that's the meaning. Rather than actually looking at the end goal and usefulness of such an effort. That means without really considering its value. Okay? Without really considering its value is the same as rather than actually looking at the end goal and usefulness of such an effort. Okay? But actually the sentence before, organizing themselves for the sake of organizing, this only means that they try to organize just because they love organizing, that's it. Not because of any other purposes. You understand? They don't consider anything else besides organizing. Alright? Okay, so that is correct. True, right? So you can mark that one. D, paragraph D. Where is that? Oh, okay. You can mark that one and you can write number 38. Alright, next one. 39. Oh. Yeah. Innovation is most successful if the people involved have distinct roles. What does that mean? Yeah, kind of, but not enough. Innovation, what does that mean? Business? No. Someone else, please. Innovation, what does that mean? What? Changing? Yeah, kind of, yes. Yeah, almost correct. But changing for the better or for the worse? Yeah, changing for the better. Like innovation, I mean you try to create something new. Okay? That's how we call innovation. Not only changing, but you try to create something new. Okay? Innovation, like for business or for organization or whatever, innovation, I mean you try to make something new that and you want to go before anyone else. Okay? Is most successful, easy, we don't need to explain this. If the people involved means what? The people involved means what? Hurry up, guys. The people involved, we can say that the people who are doing that, or who participate in that, or who join that, or who are working on that, okay, have distinct roles. That means each one of them has their own task. Okay, they don't do the same thing. Yeah. The people involved, I mean the people who are doing that, what, have distinct roles. That means each one of them has their own task. Not like all of them do the same thing, but each one of them is going to do something different from the others. Okay? And that is force. Now, where's that? Yeah? F. Okay. Yeah, line number 1. Yeah.
In fact, research shows that when innovating, the best approach is to create an environment devoid of structure and hierarchy and enable everyone involved to engage as one coordinator.
Yeah. So the first sentence, right? In fact, research shows that when innovating, the best approach is to create an environment devoid of structure and hierarchy and enable everyone involved to engage as one organic group. Right? What does that mean? Now tell me some kind of similar words or phrases and why you think it's false. Tell me.
Most successful
Mm-hmm.
is similar to the best approach.
Yeah, so here, well, first of all, we do the easy thing first. I see innovation, and here I can see when innovating, right? Easy, easy. Yeah, we do the easy thing first. Innovation, when innovating, okay? And is most successful. That means, yeah, kind of, yeah, the best approach to do that is what? Okay? All right. If people involved have distinct roles, people involved means, oh, everyone involved. Oh, I can see that. Everyone involved, right? Have distinct roles.
Have distinct roles is opposite as one organic group. This means organic group they do thing they do the same thing and when the work distinct group distinct role between the work they do is different.
Yeah. How about the others? Do you think so? Do you agree with her? Yeah. Okay, here they say that have distinct roles, and here enable everyone involved to engage as one organic group. One organic group. Yes, that means a group. Kind of they do kind of the same thing. Okay. Yeah. So it's opposite. Okay, so in fact, research shows that when innovating, I mean innovation is most successful, means the best approach. Okay, if the people involved have distinct roles, and here they said that to create an environment devoid of structure, that means they have no structure or and hierarchy, and enable everyone involved to engage as one organic group. I mean they work together as a team, and they do the same thing. They do together. They do things together. Okay, it's opposite of have distinct roles. Not everyone has their own task. Okay. Okay, so that's false. All right, so you can mark that one, and you write number 39. Yeah? Okay. So that means the whole team work together. All right, next one, number 40. Wait, okay.
Google was inspired to adopt flexibility by the success of General Electric.
Yeah, Google was inspired to adopt flexibility by the success of General Electric. Not given. Please explain this.
That means Google was inspired to apply for flexibility by the or by the success of general entry.
Yeah, you have just said exactly the same thing. You need to explain that in your own words. Why do you tell me exactly the same thing again? What does that mean?
This means Google was motivated to apply for do something like the success, like the person who named the General Electric.
General Electric is a name of a person, really? Có ông nào tên là General Electric hả? Giơ tay lên coi. Ông first name is General and family name Electric.
General.
What? Ông nào tên là General Electric giơ tay coi. Ghê hả? His first name is General. Hey, what's your first name? My first name is General, and my last name or my family name is Electric. My God. Yes, this is the name of an organization. This is a very big company, okay? GE, General Electric, that is the name of a very big organization, a very big company, okay? Not the name of a person. Ông nào mà tên là tướng thì thôi tôi cũng sợ. Ông nào tên General, họ là Electric. Okay. Yes, Google. Wait, Google, is that the name of what? A name of a website? Oh my God. No, Google is also the name of a company. Yeah. Yeah, we have a Google website and Google also the name of a company. Okay. Of course, they have their mother company as well, but all right. So here you just understand both of these names. They are talking about companies. Okay. Google is the name of a company, and General Electric is also the name of another company. Okay. Not two people. Not Mr. Google and Mrs. General Electric. No. Google was inspired, yes, was motivated, like you said, to adopt flexibility. That means to apply flexibility. Flexibility here in this case, we can use the word like in this article. What's that? Do we have any other word to replace flexibility after reading this? I think they use one word. What? Yes, very good. Disorder. Yes. To adopt flexibility, that means to apply disorder. Okay? By the success, yeah, success we don't need, yeah, by the success of General Electric, by the success of another company. That means that Google now, they are also trying to apply disorder for their company because they see the success of another company called General Electric. Okay? Where is that? Oh, it's not given, right? Not given, yes. Where is it?
Section G.
Yeah.
The third paragraph.
Yeah.
In first line.
Yeah.
In similar fiction, the former chairman of General Electric embraced this organization's putting forward the idea of boundaryless organization. Again, it involved breaking down the barrier between different parts of company and encouraging virtual collaboration and flexible working. Google and number of other tech companies have embraced, at least in part, this kind of flexible structure facilitated by technology and strong company value which pull people together.
Yes, I agree. So you can read the whole paragraph there, right? Section G, the third paragraph, you can read the whole thing there. In similar fashion, the former chairman of General Electric embraced this organization, putting forward the idea of the boundaryless organization. Again, it involves breaking down the barriers between different parts of a company and encouraging virtual collaboration and flexible working. Google and a number of other tech companies have embraced, at least in part, these kinds of flexible structures facilitated by technology and strong company values which glue people together. Now I can see the word General Electric and also Google here. Now why the answer is not given? Why?
Because in this paragraph they mention about Google is applying for a structure and electric general electric disorder, but in this paragraph they don't mention about inspire. It's not even.
Yes. Okay, yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, so here we see that they say the former chairman of General Electric embraced this organization. I mean, General Electric, they use or they apply this organization, right? They use or they apply this organization or apply flexibility. They have flexibility. And then we see they say that Google and a number of other tech companies or Google have embraced, at least in part, these kind of flexible structures as well. Yes, so that means General Electric, they did that, and also Google, they did the same thing. But they didn't mention anything about Google was inspired by the success of General Electric. Okay? They did that by themselves. They were not inspired or they were not motivated by the success of General Electric. They didn't look at General Electric. They said, oh, General Electric, you're very successful after applying this, so I need to learn from you, and then I apply the same thing. Did they say that? No, right? So they just said, okay, General Electric apply this organization or flexibility, and Google, they also kind of do the same thing, right? But they don't say anything like Google was inspired by the success of General Electric. Okay? So that's why the answer is not given. Yeah? So you can mark that one and you can write number 40. All right. Done. Time for a short break, guys, and after that you can ask any words or anything you don't understand. Yeah.